Hi guys, it's 26 Bond here with my second video of the day. Today going through some death metal, heavy metal, thrash metal, weird metal. So this is some of the more recent purchases I've added to my vinyl collection, strictly vinyl collection. And I'll start today with a little bit of death metal from Carcass. This is Symphonies of Sickness, the Liverpudlian grindcore gore legends sophomore album. On Earache Records. Now this is not an original pressing. Earache are reissuing a series of classic metal albums on FDR, which is, I actually forgot what it stands for, but it basically uses the original master tapes and it's cut specifically for vinyl, not using CDs as the audio source, which sounded like a lot of Earache represses have done recently, such as the Morbid Angel vinyls, which they've brought out of the first few albums. They're actually ripped from CD, so they're not cut for vinyl, a little bit like Back on Black Records. But this is cut specifically for vinyl, and they've just released this. I received this one yesterday in the post. It's pretty much a carbon copy in terms of packaging of the sleeve anyway. It's not a gatefold, this one. But it's pretty much the same as the original. But what is different is that, as Earache like to do, they do various coloured editions. There was one which was like splatter vinyl, which there was only 100, which I couldn't get, sadly. This is the second most difficult one to pick up, which is like a sort of putrid flesh colour. I think it's called cadaveric flesh. It looks more yellow. That's a bit more like the colour there. It looks more yellow than it does here in real life, but I've just played it and it sounds keen amazing. These are about 15 quid. They're going to be collector's items. Earache do this a lot. They've recently done these FDR releases with a couple of the Napalm Death albums. I think they're going to do Left Hand Path by Entombed, which I'm very excited about. That's a great record and I shall be getting that. So that's the coloured vinyl. There's only 200 of those and there are some still available. It's got the gore collage bits as the inner sleeve, and it's got the lyrics there as well. So if you haven't got this, or actually even if you do, us metal fans are obviously, we're huge collectors. Generally, if you like metal and you like vinyl, you're quite a big collector. So if you can get hold of these, I really think it's worthwhile doing, because they are just fantastic reissues, and I'm looking forward to spinning this one again. It's just takes me back to my youth, this one, totally. It's an absolutely fantastic record. You know, if you've never heard Carcass before, there's no better place to start really than this, but warnings. Some of the packaging, if you're buying this for your young son or young daughter, which I doubt you are, because they probably want One Direction and all that shit, but be a bit careful of this album, because it can corrupt minds. It certainly scared the bejesus out of me when I was 14, which was about 21 years ago, 22 years ago. Don't ask. Okay, the next thing I've got is a band called Cathedral. This is their A New Ice Age EP, which they released, I believe, in blue vinyl and orange vinyl. And this one's a standard black vinyl edition. As we all know, Cathedral are no longer active as a band, certainly not as a touring band. They did their last few shows, I think it was a couple of years ago. But this is an awesome release. This was released, I think it was last year, this one. 2012, I think. This is on Rise Above Records, which is a record label owned by Lee Dorian, who's obviously the vocalist of Cathedral and used to be in Napalm Death. He did the first couple of albums with them. But this is a real sort of Sabbathy, sludgy, doom 2-track EP. Really nice pressing, real heavy duty vinyl, sounds absolutely fantastic. So if you're a fan of Cathedral, bands like Saint Vitus, bands like Pentagram, check this out, because they're a superb band. There you go, Cathedral, New Ice Age. Can't say enough good things about this. Just a really cool release. Talking of sort of doom metal and Pentagram and Saint Vitus and Obsessed and stuff like that, I watched a documentary on, I think it was Vimeo or Netflix, something like that, and it was about, I can't think what it's called now, but it's about the doom metal band Pentagram. It's about their singer Bobby Liebling and how Pentagram restarted and his problems, his personal issues, and it was a really, really good watch. It's days of something. But you know, Google it and try and watch it, 'cause it's a fantastic release, and I've never owned any Pentagram stuff previously, and I'm intending to get some because I really like what I heard on that, so I recommend you guys trying to watch that if you can. Okay, something a little bit different for me. There you go, Arco Acid and the Deadbeats. This is their album called Bloodlust, which is a real hark back to the sort of early Blue Cheer, acid rock, Black Sabbathy, sludgy, proto-doom sounds. And it's even got an original sort of flip-back designed cover, which is the way most album sleeves were put together in the 1960s. So it's got a real retro sort of vibe to it. As I say, this is their album Bloodlust, once again through Rise Above Records, Lee Dorian's label. And this one comes in all manner of crazy vinyl designs. This is an awesome one. It reminds me of my Immortal releases, that sort of splatter vinyl. Everyone's totally different. Looks like a smiley face, doesn't it? Smiley clown. And then the B-side, or side one I should say, this one. Look at that. It's just an awesome, awesome looking vinyl. And musically, it's really good. It's different for me. I'm beginning to get more doom metal into my collection, beginning to get to broaden my horizons a bit as well. And I recommend this band. Check them out. They're all over YouTube, Facebook, and iTunes. Have a little listen, but you know, try and buy this because this is a really nice, collectible, beautiful album. You can get it direct from Rise Above Records. It's about 15 quid. Amazon sell it as well. But it's real sort of sludgy, Sabbathy, Blue Cheer. It's just really, really cool. If you want to have a decent listen, this is almost like the audio version of sort of like a Hammer horror film. It's got a very 60s and 70s influence to it. So can't say enough good things about this band, Arco Acid and the Deadbeats. Really, really cool. Check it out. All I can say. That's all I can say. Going a little bit more commercial now. I managed to pick up a copy of this the other day. This is a thrash classic. This is Anthrax's Among the Living from 1987, which was a great year for thrash metal, as we all know. This is an American copy. Now, you always know an American copy pretty much by feeling it. It's always a much more heavier pressed cardboard, and also usually they've got a deletion cut in them as well. This is, as I say, this is an American copy. Lyric insert, picture of the band, and this is a Megaforce Records, whereas the European pressing would have been on Island Records and would have had a white Island label. Cool album. Anthrax, probably my least favourite of the so-called Big Four, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, as I say. They're probably my least favourite. A lot of their newer stuff I haven't really gotten into. This is probably their best record, along with Spreading the Disease. Wasn't a huge fan of State of Euphoria. I thought it was alright, but there was something missing. This one is really, really thrashy, and it's got probably their best tracks on it. Indians, Imitation of Life, I Am the Law, Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh, and NFL, Nice Fucking Life. So, you know, if you've not got this, you like thrash metal, you like metal in general really, this one's a good one to add to your collection. Particularly the American pressing, because it sounds great. So that's that one. A couple of Mastodon albums to show you. I like these guys. I saw them live with Slayer in 2009, but I own this album a little bit before then. I think this one came out, how old is this record? I think it's 2004, I think it is, 2004, 2006. But it's a great record. This is Leviathan by Mastodon, as I say. Beautiful packaging and really, really heavy. You know, they're a real heavy band. There you go, some really beautiful packaging on there. Blood and Thunder, Megalodon, Aqua Dementia, I Am Ahab, just some great songs. If you like heavy metal, if you like modern metal, or if you're more like me and more of a fan of like the classics from the 80s and 90s and want some newer bands to get into, because that's what I always worry about. I always worry about when all my favourite bands split up, I have no shows to go to, no new music to buy. You know, bands like these, they sort of reaffirm your love for metal, and you can actually see metal being taken further, and you can actually see yourself going to see these guys in future years in concert when bands like Maiden and Slayer have packed it up. So, you know, but definitely try and get hold of this. I think this one, I would say, if I can damage it by sliding it in and out of its cover, is probably their best record. This one also comes with a lyric insert sheet as well. But I got that one recently, and I got this one as well, which is The Hunter. Look at that awesome design cover. Mastodon's The Hunter, which once again is a really good record. They've progressed in style a little bit from that album there. They're very progressive. They're very influenced by the Canadian power rock trio Rush, and you hear that a lot in their time signatures. They're excellent players. They make some great records, and along with Opeth, really are, in my opinion, the future of heavy metal. There you go. All good stuff. Yeah, bands like Mastodon, Opeth, Ghost, who I'm going to see in Bristol in a couple of weeks' time. No, a couple of months. It's March, I think. So there you go, Mastodon. Great stuff and highly recommended. Okay, last one today. This is a great band, King Diamond. King Diamond. This is Abigail 2. Released a few years back, but reissued. Actually released, it was originally released in 2002. That makes me feel very old. But this is the 2012 reissue through Metal Blade. There we go. This is a good album. It's not his strongest, but it's atmospheric, and it's obviously the part 2 of the story to Abigail, which was his second solo album after leaving Merciful Fate. That was released in 1987. This is a beautiful package. It's got the inner sleeves, and this is actually pressed on like a marble purple vinyl, and it sounds fucking great as well. That's the other inner bag. There you go. Once again, the purple vinyl. Sounds great. Once again, they have released this on various coloured vinyl. The coloured one's a bit more expensive than the black, but you also get some cool posters with it as well. A double-sided album cover, and on the back from the photo session for the album, there he is, Kim Bendix Peterson himself. Awesome singer. And the great news with King Diamond is that he's back, and in fact he's playing in the UK this year in August at the Bloodstock Festival, which I'm hoping to go to. So yeah, great reissue, very recommended, as is really all of King Diamond's stuff. He's a great vocalist, not to everyone's taste. He's a little bit Marmite. You either like him or you don't, but in my opinion I think he's a fantastic vocalist, and he has some fantastic players in his bands. Andy LaRocque, what a guitar player. Listen to his stuff, it's absolutely fantastic, highly recommended. So there you go, King Diamond, Abigail 2. You can get that in the UK on EMP Online. Okay, European wise you can get it, I think CM Distro will do that, and also HR Records in Germany. You can get an awful lot of cool metal from hrrecords.com, I believe. So there you go guys, that's my non-Maiden video, my first one for a while, but don't worry, I know a lot of you who've subscribed to my channel aren't the biggest Maiden fans, so there will be more videos coming on regular metal, more death metal, more black metal, more thrash, more speed. It's not just going to be a Maiden channel. I know I've concentrated an awful lot in the last few months of 2012, so I wanted to just show you some new stuff which isn't Maiden, but of course I have loaded up another Maiden video today as well, so check it out if you want to. But stick with me guys, nearly at my first 1,000 subscribers. I've got about 45 to go, so if you haven't subscribed, please do. Let me know what sort of stuff you'd like me to talk about and show. What are you keen to see? So I'm more than happy to talk about it. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all soon.